U.S. companies are not only hiring right now, they're expected to add more jobs next year. Jack Otter, executive editor of CBS MoneyWatch, joins us to explain where the work is. Jack, good to see you. Thanks
Great
for coming
to see
in.
you. Sure.
Let's talk about some of the fields that saw big increases in jobs and hiring in November. 50,000 jobs filled in retail, 22,000 jobs in leisure and hospitality, 33,000 jobs in professional and business services, and 17,000 in healthcare. Why is hiring up in these fields?
Well, start with retail. I think that's fairly obvious. It's the season.
Right.
Thanksgiving was a little early this year. I'm not too excited about that number. Those could be temporary jobs. They might disappear in January. Leisure and hospitality, that's a good sign. That means it's very economically sensitive. When people have a few bucks in their pockets, they go to the restaurant, they go to the bar, and those companies are able to hire quickly. You know, you need more wait staff. You can bring them on much faster than you bring on an executive, say. So that's a good sign. Also, business services. Very often, as you come out of a recession, people hire temporary workers. The companies aren't confident enough to bring on full-time people. They start with temporary, and in that number is a lot of temporary workers. But they're good jobs. They're accountants. They're engineers. So if we follow the standard pattern, those will become full-time jobs soon.
Yeah.
And of course, in healthcare, I mean, that's a demographic thing, right? We're getting older. We're eating too much. We're not exercising enough. So there's full employment for doctors.
A lot of these companies say they can't find workers as well. 47% said they look for applicants, and these applicants are not seeking, are lacking rather, technical skills and experience. And these folks obviously also want more money than companies are willing to pay. Why is it so hard to find people these days?
Well, you know, this is an old complaint, and there's a lot of factors that go into it. I mean, even to the extent that companies want more access to H-1B visas so they can get, say, Indian engineers. They say that people don't have the proper education, that they're not qualified. But I think that part of the problem lies in the companies themselves. If you think about the past decade, we've seen actual average wages go down while corporate profits have been booming the whole time. And part of it is because companies are slashing and burning. Anyone who works in a corporation knows the support staff is gone. You know, if you have a problem, there's no one to call anymore. We've lost the bench. There's no B team now to recruit from within the ranks. You know, my father started as a guide at NBC. I've got a colleague who originally brought mail to the man who's now my boss at CBS.
Interesting.
Those jobs, they don't exist anymore, and I think companies, they don't have apprentices, so there's no one to fill in, and they're feeling that pain.
Very quickly, Jack, what college degrees are most in demand right now?
Sure, education very high. The unemployment among high school teachers, 3.5%. Math, engineering, again, sub-4 unemployment for anyone with those kinds of degrees. And tech is booming, so anybody who has engineering expertise does very well.
And the companies that are hiring right now?
Sure. We looked into who it is who's actually bringing on people. It's almost all high tech. A company called Acuity Group, which builds websites, not a surprise. They brought on 190 people so far this year and expect to hire more next year. Ideally is a fast-growing internet retailer. It's one of those flash sale companies. They started tiny, 12 people. They're now up to 60 and expect to bring on many more. Ticketmaster, everyone's heard of. They have 100 openings across the country. Tango is an interesting Silicon Valley startup. It enables you to do web-enabled video. You can talk to your friends no matter what kind of phone you have. iPhone can talk to Android.
And Corbis, quickly?
That's owned by Bill Gates. It's a fascinating company that has a huge digital library.
All right. Jack Otter, as always, we appreciate it.
Great to be with you.
Good news for a change. We appreciate it.
Yes.